Everyone, or good evening from wherever you're watching from. My name is Knowledge Blog, and this channel is Knowledge Blog, right? And basically, I talk about moving abroad and different. Of course, we are all familiar with some of the topics we talked about on this channel. So today, I'm going to be talking about how you should prepare for GCUB, especially if you're a GCUB recipient. What are the things you should prepare for, and what are the things that the do's and don'ts? But before we start, I would like to say congratulations to as many that got the scholarship. I'm so happy for you, right? So, without further ado, let's just start. Like I said, so I also send your questions. Any questions you would want me to talk about, because well, basically, I'm going to be talking about accommodation. I'm going to be talking about how to prepare for your visa, and I'm also going to be talking about if you are going to be coming with your dependents, what are the things that you should do? Right now, I believe majority of people, they've gotten their some people have gotten their acceptance letter, and some people are still waiting for their acceptance letter, right? But whichever the case, GCUB scholarship can actually allow you to travel with your dependents, right? So all these are some of the questions we're going to be looking at, we're going to be discussing in this live stream. So if you're just joining this live stream, you are warmly welcome. Drop your comments, drop an emoji, drop a like, so we can start off from that. So I'm just going to be starting with my arrangement, the arrangement of what I want to talk about. But if there's anything that you would also want to hear, which is not part of the list of what I'm going to be talking about, feel free to, don't hesitate to, of course, drop a comment about this. So basically, I came last year via GCUB, and um, immediately I got my acceptance letter. That was after signing the contract. Immediately I got the acceptance letter. What I did was to try to apply for visa, and I already had it in mind that I was going to be traveling with my dependent, right? So I applied for the visa. Please, can you confirm you can hear me so I can proceed, right? Welcome, Mr. Olushola. I can see you. You're warmly welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Jane. Welcome, Abu Busayo. Okay, perfect. Victorious Life, you're welcome. Ibrahim, you say you're watching from China. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So immediately let me just proceed so I won't have to waste your time, because there are so many things we might want to be talking about. So immediately I got the acceptance letter. What I did was to start processing my visa. So the first thing you're going to do for the visa processing, or let me say this, the visa processing varies dependent on it depends on your school. For example, your school might tell you that these are the documents you should come with, and your school might not talk about that. So I'm going to talk about basic visa requirements, and I'm also going to talk about some things that are dependent on your school. So basically, if you want to apply for visa, you need, of course, a proof of funds, which could be could be you, or it could be from a sponsor. Then you also need you need insurance. I've listed all of them. You need an insurance, which can be gotten from anywhere international. Like if you are traveling abroad, the international insurance, you can get it from anywhere. I got mine around 16,000 last year. So you're going to need insurance. Then you're also going to need police reports. But in the case of police reports, I realized that when I was applying for mine, I actually did police reports. But we also have there are some other people that also applied, and they did not use police reports, and they got their visa, right? So GCUB actually, for the fact that you actually got the scholarship from GCUB, simplifies everything. So this is one of the reasons you should not just follow the general guideline. The general guideline might be misleading, and it might end perfect. I can. Okay, thank you so much, Abu Busai. I can see your comments. So the general guideline might reading, and it can also make you to spend beyond, because the good thing is that your ability to come to Brazil on a budget, like you don't have to spend too much, right? That's just the essence. And that's one of the reasons I'm actually doing this video, so I can guide you through what you should do so you don't have to spend too much. Like I said, some people, like I did police report, some didn't do. If you don't really have enough money right now, you can put police report on one side. Don't bother yourself about it, right? Some people did, some people didn't do. Brazil consulates in Nigeria might not bother you, they might not bother you about police report. As a matter of fact, like I told you, they did not bother some people. So police report is one part. So make sure you notarize. If you are married, make sure you notarized your wedding certificate, then your insurance, all of these things, put them together, then apply online. So once you apply, of course, right now you don't have the opportunity to visit the office again without any if you don't have like an appointment. So right now, once you are done doing all of that, submit your application. I'm not really going to be talking about the online application. We're just talking about the documents and what can expedite, what can make it faster, that you don't have to. Because I've heard people talking about the need for you to bring your transcripts, your undergrad, all of that. You really don't need that. There is nothing that concerns the Brazil consulates with all of those, with all these documents, right? So what you need basically is your proof of funds, which can be yours, which can be from your account, and which can also be from someone else's account. And your insurance, like I mentioned, your police report is optional. If you like, do it. If you like, don't do it. In as much they don't ask for it at the point after you have submitted, don't worry. And I'm very sure they won't ask for, because, like I said, I have seen more than two people that did, and they got their visa. GCUB, I'm talking about GCUB recipient. They got their visa, and there was no need for them to do police report. So if you have done that, just try to apply. You already have a pre-approved visa. That's just the fact. I've always been saying this, right? In any video I make about GCUB, you already have a pre-approved visa. You just want to see some documents, that correspond with what GCUB is sending to the consulate office, right? That's all. So that's all about the document. We really don't need, just do your health insurance, which is important because GCUB also stated it. If you look at the guidelines on GCUB, you recall that they stated it categorically. So do your insurance. Then, if you are married, make sure you notarize your marriage certificate, right? So once you do all of that, just try and apply. Don't waste time. Okay. Now I'm still going to talk about how you can apply with your dependent. I'm still coming to that, but I'm just trying to guide us to avoid unnecessary spending. Attest, take this one to Abuja, take this one to Lagos. All of those ones, they can make you to spend, beyond what you are planning, what you plan for. Like I said, I really want you to get to Brazil on a budget so that you will have enough saving, because once you get to Brazil, it might take like 3 weeks or a month before you start receiving your first stipend. So the money you should save for spending when you get to Brazil, don't spend it on necessary documentation, bureaucratic processes in Nigeria, right? So gather all these things together, book your flights, and so that's that. If there's anything that is not clear as regard what I explained now, you can drop a comment. I can also talk about them later. So right now, let me talk about if you want to move with your family, if you want to move with your dependents. And this is my honest opinion. I actually moved with my dependents, a family of four. And this is my honest opinion again. Once you get your what is it called, acceptance letter, your acceptance letter is going to carry your name again. For example, it's going to carry this is to notify that Abu Busayo has gotten the scholarship, congratulations, something like that. So it's going to be like Abu Busayo alone. So after you have gotten your acceptance letter, immediately send a letter to your school. Send a letter to your school that, you know what, I'm married, and because I wouldn't want to leave my family for the period of my study, I would like to come together with my family. And I also have I have a template of this letter, which I'm unable to share my screen. I actually want to. I already prepare all these documents so that I can be sharing them on the screen. People can see them. But the application, the encoder I want to use, because right now I'm just streaming live. The encoder I want to use, which is different from OBS, was where I wanted to do the sharing of the all this template, but I'm unable to do that right now. But nonetheless, I'm going to talk about them. Then, if I have the opportunity, I can also share it on the platform, our GCUB platform. So once you have received the acceptance letter, send an email back to the school and tell them, I would like to come with my family. Kindly include their names. Then you are going to mention their names. This is you mention maybe Abu Busai, or maybe you're a female or a male. I'm not sure. But let's assume you're a female and you want to come with your husband. You can say John Abu, husband, uh, Deborah Abu, daughter. Just mention in the letter, I mean in the email, then send it to the school and tell them that right now that you are in the process of applying for your visa, and this is the only thing that is delaying it, and that you will appreciate their quick response. There's a way. You just don't let it reflect arrogance. Let's be how is it called, be formal as much as you can. Send it to the school, and if you don't get a response after a week, send a reminder. I'm just telling you exactly what I did, and I got it right. So after like 2 weeks, my school responded back to me. I was worried, and first week there was nothing. Second week, because there was out of the first recipients, there was a lady that came to Brazil first with her son, but she didn't come with her husband. So I was the first person that came with the old dependents. So this is what I did. So the school responded back. They sent me another acceptance letter. This new one carries the name of my dependent. Meanwhile, this time I had already submitted my visa application for all of them, because from the beginning I didn't know that I need to submit a letter that will carry all their names. But at the point of submitting the visa application, during that time you could still go there, directly, like with appointment. You're not going to be sending your document via courier. So it was at that point that the visa officer had a conversation with me physically, that, you know what, Mike, every of your documents are perfect, but there is a need for you to write back to the school to include the names of your dependents. He said to me, okay, would you like us to keep the documents of your dependents, because my dependents also have their documents, but we have the same proof of fund. So, but they have all their different documents. So he asked me, would I like to keep their documents with them in the visa office, or would I like to take it back, so that when I get the response from school, I will now bring everything back? I told them, no, keep everything. I will go and be sorting it with the school, right? So I went back, I sent email. So after 2 weeks, I get a response. The day I got the response on Wednesday. The next Thursday, the next day, I was the first person at the embassy. I don't need to, this time I don't need any appointments. So at the gate, they allowed me to enter, and I went, when it got to my turn, because there was usually queue. So when it got to my turn, I submitted the document, the new acceptance letter now. So, and that was all. The next day, everything was approved. Meanwhile, before this time, my own has even been approved, because when you submit, there is a portal where you'll be monitoring the progress. It will move from review to from all those stages. Mine has been approved within 1 week, waiting for my dependent. So when I got my acceptance letter that carried the names of my dependents, within, I think, the next day too, they released everything. So they've actually worked, like I said, everybody has a pre-approved visa. Let me say this quickly before I proceed. If you are coming with a child, a minor, there will be need for you to also get a document called authorization for minor. So it's just a minor that you're going to fill as a parent, both of you. You are going to fill it. You attach the picture of the baby, and you are also going to notarize this one. Notarization is not expensive. It's different from authentication, which you have to go to Abuja or go to any other different ministry. So you just have to go to a lawyer that is going to do this. Okay, yeah, I can see your question, Ngozi. You said I should elaborate on the health insurance. I'm going to do that. Okay, so the authorization document for a minor is very, very important. So once you fill the names, then you are going to take it to the lawyer. The lawyer will notarize it. Then you it's part of the document you will upload. So for the health insurance, someone said I should elaborate. Just go online. I used two different insurance. One for myself, like I told you, I came a family of four. So we use one particular insurance for two people, then the other two people another insurance. So we actually used what's the name right now? We used I'm so sorry, it skipped my mind right now. This insurance that starts with M. Oh my goodness, it just skipped my mind. But I'm going to tell you. So we use two different insurance, one for me and my wife, then the other one for my kids too. So that was what we used. And the first one was 16,000. The other one was I think 9,000 something, which was very, very 19,000 something, which was Azamanza. I beg your pardon. The first one was Azamanza, and the second one was Allianz Insurance. So these are the two insurance that we used. So you can just go online, look for international. In GCUB they said the insurance must cover as like when God forbid when someone died and they need to what's the word now? Like they need to return the remain body to the country of origin of the person. So this insurance cover all this, because there are different insurance with different packages, right? So this insurance cover all of these things that I'm talking about, and those were what we use. So authorization of of the kids or of your dependent is very, very important, but it is not applicable for your wife, just for minor, right? So having said that, I'm just going to be proceeding. I think I'm done with that part too. I'm just going to be proceeding with, like I said, don't forget you already have a pre-approved visa. There is really nothing to worry about. I'm going to be proceeding to accommodation. So for the accommodation part, it is important for you to try as much as possible to get someone that is already in Brazil. It is Yeah, it is Azamanza. I just saw your Allow Adeoyo ABC. I just saw your comment now. It is Azamanza. So I said I use Azamanza and Allianz or Alianza. Allianz or Alianza Insurance. So for the accommodation, it is important for you to try to connect with someone that is already in that school. Okay, so that it will be easier because Airbnb can be very expensive. So I would not advise you to book Airbnb. But in the case of you not being able to connect with someone in your school, you can also try to talk to the school, because when your final acceptance letter is going to be sent to you, they will copy the HOD or the coordinator of your program. The person will be in copy. So when they try to they will also mention it's possible, because that's how they did for me. They will also mention that this is the coordinator. You can also follow up. So you can send an email, try to appreciate them. Thank you, because Brazilians are very nice people and they also like when you appreciate their kind gesture. So try to respond to the email, maybe generally, then specifically you can also air your what you feel. For example, if you are coming and there's no place you will stay, some school can welcome you while some don't do that. For in my own case, my school actually has a particular building referred to as in student building. But the truth is that this building is actually meant for the Quilombola. I've said it in one of my videos that in Brazil there is a quota that is given the to different people in Brazil, the blacks and all of that. Who's a minor, Abu Busayo? A minor is a child. Yes, a minor is a child that is not up to 18 years. So if your child, if you want to travel with your child and it's not up to 18 years, there is a need for you to fill that authorization form. So in my school, there is a building that is meant for students. But the truth is that as an international student, if you go to that house, is tough, not just to say the least. It is not really, you face all kinds of difficulty. But I'm saying this, I didn't stay there personally, but right now I have a friend that came from Cameroon, and she told me, and she was one of those people that stayed in that house. And she said to me, you know what, Mike, she will never ever advise anyone to go to that house. Is it bad? No. Is the house started or is not conducive? No. But talking about the people that's going to welcome, I'm talking, this one is specific for UFPA, right? But UFPA is actually a good school. So if you're coming to UFPA, you have no problem. So, but if you are going to other school, you try to get contacts of someone that's already in that school. And if you're unable to get the contact of someone, and you didn't get a positive response from your program coordinator, well, you might need to maybe resort to your last option, which is to book Airbnb. And however, it is important that you try this option first before going for Airbnb. Don't forget, I'm doing this video because I want you to come on a budget. The money you will spend unnecessarily. See, Airbnb can be collecting like an average Airbnb can be collecting like 50 AIs from you every day, 50 AIs. And imagine how many days you're going to spend, like 1 or 2 weeks before you get accommodation, or it could be more than that before you get accommodation. Because if you want to get your personal accommodation, your CPF is needed, and all of this. Your maybe RG might not be important, but your CPF, you really want to get your own documentation. So, but before you get all of this, you can imagine staying in Airbnb. You can imagine how much you would have spent, and you are coming with a currency that is even lower to the currency of this country you are coming to. So that would be like a disadvantage on your part, right? So, guys, that's that. Try as much as possible to explore all the options um, before you resort to um, renting Airbnb, right? So, having said that, that is also important for you to start learning Portuguese. As a matter of fact, I can't overemphasize this aspect. It is very, very important. It is very, very important for you to for you to learn Portuguese, because you would need it in all part. It's not like it is just like maybe 2% of Brazilians that speaks fluent English. So a lot of people don't speak English, right? So, and it will be very, very difficult for you to navigate your way, especially if you don't have someone that speaks your language, that can receive you at the airport, or that can help you with your documentation and what have you. So it might be very, very important. So if Ifeanyiwa Jane, I can see your question. You says, please, can I come with my niece? If yes, I know you meant niece, not nice. So if yes, what document do I need for her and my kids too? So Olia, look, for you to come with your niece, it is important. Your niece is 15 years old, and it is possible, but you might need to also include this niece in your letter that you'll be sending to the school, the email you'll be sending to school. Okay, it is important for you to mention the name, and you also need to provide the reason, because only if you've already assumed that this person is your child, right? So because the school will be wondering that, why do you want to come? But there are ways through which you can do that, right? You can write to them that, okay, you have a kid, that's you can drop in the comment box. I want you to drop what age is your child, okay, your kids. What it's what's their age. Let me know their age. So it is not compulsory that it is. So Ngozi Priscilla, if you got the scholarship, try to send me an email. Send an email to me, including your phone number. So I will just send it to the admin, and they will add you to the group. Okay. So it is not compulsory. It is Airbnb, but I'm just trying to look for something that of course, it is possible for you to see an hotel that could be cheaper too. So you can actually use hotel, but don't forget I'm trying to say that instead of you to the possibility for you to avoid spending unnecessarily, spending for hotel, spending for Airbnb, for you to just be, and one of the ways you can do this is to liaise with someone that's already in that place, and you can tell the person, okay, I'm going to pay maybe for 1 month, and I will stay with you. And after for that month, because if you're going to be staying elsewhere, you will definitely spend more than what you paid to that person. So if you spend like 1 month with that person, you will calm down. You will look for accommodation that is very good. You look for accommodation that is very close to school, and you also look for, you'll be able to do your documentation. Okay, so that is very, very important. And I understand that some people are going to be resuming in March, while some people will be resuming in September, depending on your program. For example, my program started in September, and I got to Brazil in August. I got to Brazil August 7th of August, but my program started in March. I mean, in September. I beg your pardon. But for that period, I was just trying to. I begin my process, my documentation. You have to open accounts, which is very, very important. You have to open account, and for you to open account, you need CPF. For you to some bank will also even request for your RG, okay? But some bank will not request for RG. You can actually do opening of bank. When I was opening my bank, I only have CPF. There was no need for me to provide RG. So, but I was able to do this because there was a place I already settled in. Okay, let me mention this too because it is very, very important. When I was coming, because I was coming with dependents, and I already figured out that staying in Airbnb or in hotel might not be cost effective. So what I did was I made I made a, what's it called now? Like I entered into conversation with a Nigerian that's already in my school that he should help me try to rent an accommodation. And he told me that for him to rent an accommodation, there will be need for in my name, there will be need for me to have all the documents. And I don't have all these documents. So what he did was he actually tried, he got the accommodation, but he has not paid. He got the accommodation. I told him that he should also help me to get the basic needs like bed, cooking utensils, and so I will just come in. If I'm coming with any food, I can start preparing instead of us going to buy food, because I bet it with you, once you get to Brazil, you will definitely not be comfortable. At least the first time, you won't be comfortable with the flavor, yeah, or let me use the word flavor of the food right here, because it is very strange to you. So you can start cooking, maybe you make rice, you make stew, you know what I mean. So to buy all this vegetable for all of that will not be difficult. You can easily go to supermarket to do all of this, right? So it is very, very important for you to try to get in touch with someone if you are coming with family. Okay, now let me say this again. If you want to come with your family, after you have gotten the response from school, and they've said, okay, okay, this is the new acceptance letter that carries the name of your dependent, try as much as possible to come alone first. Okay, but apply for the visa together. Don't forget that when you apply, Brazil is going to, I mean, the consulate, they're going to give you a visa that you can use within a space of 1 year. So once you get to like 90 days, I beg your pardon, is it 90 days? 90 days. That is going to valid for 90 or 1 year. I can't remember right now. So once you get to Brazil, you're going to change it. So upon getting to Brazil, I changed my visa status. Like I changed it from what it was, and they gave my dependent 5 years. and they gave me 1 year. That was before I became permanent, because right now I'm a permanent resident in Brazil, like interminado. Like you don't, it does not have my state does not have, it does not have any limits. So, and I can also guide you on how to go about this, which is very very simple, right? So it is important for you to come first. Come, try as much as possible to come first, but apply for the visa together. Okay, you are going to get the visa at once, but you come first. So you are going to test the water. And another benefit of coming first is that once you are in Brazil, you also have like a first-hand experience. Some of the things that I may not be able to say very well to you, or some of the things that you may not be able to get from what I'm saying, you have a first-hand experience, so that you'll be able to tell your dependent that is coming, you know what, the Maggi that I brought was too small. Make sure you come with a carton of Maggi. You know, I'm just trying to be simplify as much as possible right now. Come with 2 packs of semo, come with 3 packs of pando yam. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but because you've already experienced it, and by this time you would have even finished your semo, and it will be very good for you. Me, like I told you, I came with all my dependents, and all what we brought was, we brought enough of things, and it lasted us for 6 months. And the first, second, third, fourth. I don't want to. I don't want to eat Brazilian food, but it was dawning on me gradually. The fifth month, we're looking at all the resources that we brought. You know, they were going down, and there was need for us to start tasting their Maggi. Start tasting. When I came, I don't like Ajinomoto. I don't, and because of that, we're just concentrating on all the foods that we brought. We don't want to taste their food, only fruits and the veggies that we buy in market that we cook as. I'm talking about tomatoes that we, fix ourselves. So if you apply for the visa together, maybe you as the wife, you come first. You can decide to come with one kid, or if the kid is very very young, you can come with one kid while you leave the one that is a bit older with the husband. Then later on they will join you, maybe in the next 2 or 3 months they can join you. But try as much as possible to apply for the visa together. In fact, if you apply for the visa together and all of you got it within the space of 3 months, they are supposed to join, because I remember now that the visa is going to have a validity of 90 days for you to travel to Brazil. So it is important, but this way it will be good for you to, it will be very good. I believe to very imagine you going to the airport to receive your husband and your first son, it's very, very good. So you can try, because if all of you test the water at once, might not really, that's what I did. But in retrospect, anytime I look at it, I will say, oh, I wish I came first, maybe with one of my kids, and my wife joined me later. Okay. So that's what we did, which is very, very important. So Abu Busayo was asking that, can I send message to the school concerning accommodation? Some schools are very, very generous, especially if you are if your school is around the south. Of course, you can send message, like I mentioned earlier. You can send message to the school and tell them that, okay, this is your predicament, that while you are going to be in the school trying to look for accommodation, that you would appreciate if they can get you a place you can stay. And in your letter, in your email, specify that, okay, you will be able to stay, so that they will know that you have a good plan for yourself. Okay, tell them that you've actually planned for how you're going to rent accommodation, but knowing the fact that it will be good for you to be able to know how to navigate and do your documentation, that you will actually like a place where you can stay first. So there are so many schools, especially in the south, that provide this kind of assistance. But like I said, even my school do, but there are some things that, I don't want to talk too much about my school, but it is not really what I can recommend from what from what I was told from someone from Cameroon that stayed in the accommodation. I remember when I went to Campinas. Campinas is in São Paulo. So they showed me the school. I mean, they showed me the building that is meant for foreigners. Like when you're just arriving in school, like you don't have a place to stay. You can just, um, cra- what's the word now? Crash. You can crash in that kind of place. and but it is good for you to let them know that okay, you have a good plan. Don't let them see you as someone that is vulnerable, someone that is going to be like a burden on them. So specify that you're going to be spending like maybe 1 or 2 weeks, so that for you to sort out your documentations, and that you already set out some amount of money that you use to rent accommodation. Okay, it is very, very important for you to do this, and tell them that the reason why you don't want to go to Airbnb is because you are trying to be cost effective. Just be plain. Okay, and I'm very sure if the school asks, they will definitely let you stay. They will definitely let you stay. So, like I said, um, they are very, very open. They are very, very good. They are very, very accommodative, and they are helpful. Okay, so it is important for you to do this. Jane, I can see you said your son is 10 years old, while your daughter is 6, and your niece is 15 years old. So three of them, they've been with you since she's 4. That's a very good. That's a very good point that you can present to the school. Yeah, you can include that in the email and send it to the school, and they will definitely respond to you. They will include their names. Oh, look, there are some other people. Another thing is that if you send email and you didn't get a response, don't forget I say there's a need for you to send a reminder. If you get a negative feedback, right? Some people might say, oh, maybe I don't know. If you get a negative feedback, because I remember there's a friend or a colleague, one of the first sets. He came to Brazil before. I think he knew he got engaged. He got engaged before coming, but he did not apply for both of them. They were just trying to do everything because he needed to travel, so there was a need for him to do the engagement. So he did the engagement, and there was a need for him to, of course, come to Brazil on time. So there was no need, there was no way he could apply for both of them. So, but the moment he got to Brazil, there was no need, there's no way he can be telling them, please, I'll need acceptance letter, because you've already accepted the acceptance letter and you have used it for the purpose. So, you asking school, please give me another acceptance letter that will carry it will sound somehow. And even though if your dependent now present that acceptance letter at the consulate office, it will raise some concern. So it is better for you to send it now. But if you get a negative, I don't even think you get a negative response. Honestly, you won't. If you can structure your reasons very well, tell them and let them see reasons, they will definitely. In fact, when the first time I sent, the first week when I was going to send them a reminder because I wasn't getting a response. I had to attach my marriage certificate for the school to know that okay, I'm actually legally married to this person, and so that's what I did. Yes, so that's what I did, and I got the response from the school, and it was very, very good. See, especially all of you that are coming, do you know how much you're going to receive in your first pay? You're going to be receiving like 3 point something million naira. Okay, by the time you convert the money to naira, it's going to be like 3 point something. You are a big boy, man, big boy. You're a big girl. So you have nothing. So try as much as possible. If you don't have enough right now, try as much as possible to borrow the money and do your visa processing now, as fast as possible. Don't wait. Don't once you get your acceptance letter from the school, just send letter that please I want you to include this, and the school will get you. They will give you a response. Okay, so someone is asking me that is accommodation paid for on a monthly basis? Yes, that's one of the challenges of Western countries. If you go to the UK, you pay your accommodation every month. If you go to Canada too, you pay for your accommodation every month. Okay, so accommodation is every month, and one of the reasons that you need to also stay with someone first is, let me give you this clue, is that you won't be on unnecessary pressure, and you will now bow for, or you will now bow and take accommodation that is just expensive, because there are some accommodation that are very, very expensive, and there are some owners too that once they notice that this person is a student, they might just jack It's not really common anyways because you would have seen the advert of the accommodation you want to go for. But you won't be on unnecessary pressure when you are trying to get accommodation. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I said try and look for someone you can crash with. Imagine you can, and one thing is that you can actually be in Brazil looking for accommodation for 1 good month. You won't get. It depends. It depends on the area you want to get it, and it depends on who is helping you. Maybe you have someone that is of like mind that is helping you to do all of this. So it is very, very important for you to try as much as possible to try as much as possible to get someone that is already in your school. And so all of you that are already in the yes, now, yeah, yeah, yeah. So all of you that would want to know, for example, I know that majority of people don't have someone. Okay, let me put it this way: majority of the people that got the GCUB scholarship this year, not all of them already have someone in their school that is on that platform. So there's another platform that we are going to be adding you to soon, where you can also, like it's a broader platform where we're going to add you to, and from there you can also ask question. Please, do we have anyone that is living in Parana? For example, if you're going to Parana, you can ask, please, do we have anybody living in Parana? My name is so, I'll be coming to Parana in so, you can have, but see, try as much as possible not to look for free Oshofri. You remember that slang in Nigeria? Try as much as possible not to look for Oshofri. Even though if you see someone living there, try to, is it possible that I stay with you for 1 month and I'm going to pay for, try as much as possible. It will give you some, some sense of not pride, but it makes you okay. So Ngozi, I'm going to send after the live stream. I'm going to send it to you. So it will give you some sense of like you are responsible. Okay, you're not just looking for someone that can accommodate you for free and But what you are trying to do is just to cut costs, because there's no way if you stay in an hotel or Airbnb for 1 month, you will spend more than what you're going to spend if you are staying with someone that's already, but that's just by the way. So allow Adeoye, it is very, very feasible. It is feasible for you to apply together with your child, I mean with your wife and one child, while you come first and they join you later. In fact, that's what I suggested. That's what I suggested. You come first, they will join you later. Okay, so you come first, test the water. When your wife is coming, you can tell, you know what, Mrs. Alao, when you are coming, come with maybe 20 derika of egusi. Egusi in fact, if you are coming to Para, I've not seen egusi here. There is another seed like that, they call it bobora. It looks like egusi, but it's not really. So it is not really like egusi. Please, before I proceed, let me quickly tell you this so that I don't forget. If you're going to be coming, please come with seed that you can plant. Some of those things that you might not, Brazil is, you might see almost everything. Like this egusi I'm talking about, I have not seen in my city. They have it a lot in the south. But whichever city you are going, please go with egusi seed and go with, if possible, with pepper seed. Okay. So whichever place you're going to be staying, you can try to have like a bucket or all those flower vase and plant something so that you can come with a vegetable. Here too, we have a lot of vegetable, but there are so many vegetables that are that I've not seen, that are popular in Nigeria, that I've not seen. For example, I've not seen ugu. There's a friend of ours that came here. He brought ugu seed. We planted the ugu and everything blew, but we made a mistake. We did something and it went off. But come with seeds that you can plant. Come with egusi. Come with all of these things. You will definitely appreciate this advice. Okay, so Adebisi, try you come first, then she can join you later with your son. Okay, or with your child. So it is very, very realistic. Apply together, and they will join you later, depending on the way you will like it. Then Priscilla, okay, Priscilla, I've responded to your question. If there's any question you still want to that is still on your mind, drop a try to drop your question, and I'm going to tell you what you should do about them. Then talking about flights, there are different flights that you can use, and different flights and the different prices. When I was coming, I came with Qatar Airlines because I was trying to look for something that would be comfortable, and I also have a baby then, and there was a need for us to use. No, we weren't even thinking about bassinet then. You know what is called bassinet, right? Bassinet is something it's going to look like a basket. Not those. It looks like a. I believe most of us we know what is bassinet, right? That they use inside flight. If you have a baby and you want to travel with the baby, so when yes, if you are from Afghanistan, yes, you can have the opportunity. Why? Someone sent me a message that can Afghanistan people get this opportunity? Yes, you can. Like I said, I have so many friends that are from Pakistan. Okay, I have so many friends. I have a friend from Afghanistan, but I have so many friends from Pakistan that got GCUB, and some that did not even get GCUB, that they came through other methods, right? Like sending code emails, right? So I was talking about airlines. There are different airlines. I came with Qatar Airlines. Qatar Airlines is usually expensive, but I went for Qatar Airlines because I wanted to come with everyone, and we're looking for something that will be, you know, close to first class. Not first class, because first class will be very, very expensive. But we wanted to use the option of Bassnet. All other airlines that we're seeing then were not offering us, so it was only Qatar that offered us. So we were sitting at the front, and we put the basket somewhere. We fix it in front of just in front of you. So when your baby is sleeping, instead of you carrying the baby, because it's going to be like a long journey, like maybe more than 24 hours journey. So you can't carry the baby all through. So you're going to put the baby inside this bassinet when the baby is sleeping. And it was a very um, it was an experience I can relive on. I can always talk about. We were given all kinds of gifts. The kids were given kids, so depends on how you want to come. If you want to come with your kids, you can try to look for airlines that can give you this opportunity, okay? And try as much as possible to book ahead, okay? Meanwhile, don't book ahead until you get your visa, because it is so that you don't have to be changing the traveling date, okay? But there's also it's risky. There's also something you can do about that, which I would not I may not want to suggest that on live, okay, but try as much as possible to start your process so that you can get the visa on time. Then, if you get the visa today, you can book like in 3 months. You're supposed to, oh, sorry, yeah, you're supposed to resume by say March or August or September. So, if you get take for instance, you get your visa in January or in the end of December, because if you today is 30th of November, if you submit your visa application by Monday, which is going to be like 1st or 2nd of December, you will get it in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If everything goes, if all the documentation are just fine. So there's nothing to worry about. You already have a pre-approved visa, so they just want to check everything. So if you get your visa in December, you can say, okay, I'm going to travel in April or March. So you book ahead, you can save some money by doing that. So Abu Abu Eliojo, I think I pronounce your name very well, and you sounds like someone that is from my area. Are you from Makodi or Doma? Anyways, it is beyond the scope of our live stream. I'm sorry for digressing a little bit. So you said once I get the letter from the school with my dependent names, what is the next step to take? So once you've gotten this, then just go online and apply. Okay, don't forget I said you will need to authorize, you need to sign authorization form for your kids. Authorization document, I will also drop it on our, when we are going to have the general discussion on our chats on our group page. So I will drop it, the what's it called? The minor authorization document. So I will put it there. You can sign it. After signing it, you take it to the lawyer that is going to do notarization. Notarization is just lawyer stamping that okay, I've seen this thing is correct. He's going to notarize it, and you will notarize your wedding certificate too, your or your marriage certificate. It is very, very important. Then you will add them to every of the other documents you will need for your visa application. Please, if you are just joining this live stream, or even though if you are on the stream already, I would like you to give it a like, please. Just give it a like so that it will help the algorithm, please. Thank you so much. So I will continue with some of the questions that I'm here to talk about. Someone said, overall, how much do you spend in a month? Are you able to save some money? Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about, yeah. So it depends on you. If you are coming alone, your cost, the amount you spend every month is going to be dependent on the um, number of people you are in a family. Because as a single person, one of the reasons I was also saying, let me say this quickly. One of the reasons I was saying that you should come alone is that almost all the schools in Brazil, they serve meal. So what it means is that you don't have to be buying food. You don't have to be buying, you just go to the school, you just use your card and you eat. You eat, you can eat 3 times, you can eat 2 times, depend on you, right? So if it is only you, this thing is going to be very, very easier for you compared to if you are with your family. For instance, yesterday we were having a program in school, program for Eastern Generals. Eastern Generals are foreigners in my school. So we're doing a culture, the semester is coming to an end. So we're doing a program. So by 12, that is the lunch time. Everybody go to the restaurant, they will eat, you will pay just one reais, you will pay and you go. So when I was entering, I was looking like, it's been a long time I came here because I usually don't go to the restaurant. Why? Their food is not good? No, their food is very, very good. But as a family man now, we cook at home already. Sometimes I even take food from home to school. So there's no need for me going to the restaurant again. But if you are alone, you can imagine the amount of money you'll be using to buy food every month will be slashed. As a matter of fact, it's going to be like slashed. So you'll be able to save more. See, brethren, or my people, I I want you to have it in mind that I know some of the things you are having in mind, because as a Niger person or as a foreigner, I really want to save. I really want to send back home, or I want to do a project at home. You get so, and there should be something. In fact, there's a video I'm going to be uploading very soon about some other things you can do that can make you to get more money, because as you are getting your stipend, you're also hustling, as a Niger spirit, you come with it, you do work, you get money here, and you'll be able to, at the end of the month, you'll be able to, whatever quota you are contributing, you'll be able to do it without any grudge. Okay? Without any without, I beg your pardon, without doing it with grudges. So that's the essence. So let me be specific, because you were trying to ask me how much do I spend every week. To be honest with you, I am spending a lot. I pay 1,500 reais for accommodation every month. So 1,500, if you multiply that to naira, that should be like 500 or 600,000 naira every month. So that's how much I pay. And this is dependent on the accommodation you are living in. The house I'm living, because once you get to Brazil too, there are different types of accommodation. We have casa, we have condominium, we have kitchenettes, all of that. Kitchenette is just like a room and parlor self-contained. Casa is like a room, could be two-bedroom flats, okay? It could be facing the street. While condominium, you could have like two-bedroom flat, but inside something like an estate. That is the definition of condominium. Okay, so that's that. And I pay 1,500 as a stingy guy, that want to save. I really want to talk. I really don't want to talk about this because it is in another video that I will be posting soon too. So I pay, but let me just say I pay 1,500 for accommodation, and this room is two big rooms. Two big rooms. When I say big rooms, they're actually big. That they are bigger than what I need. Two big rooms, one sitting room, three toilets, two in each room, and one for visitor, one kitchen, then a veranda, and I pay 1,500. I pay for lights, I pay for internet every month, but I don't pay for agua. If not recently that he brought one bill for me. He said it's for agua. I kept it somewhere. It's for water. So, but I don't pay for water. But this like just like a rough estimate. This is just like a rough distance of what I pay every month. So once if you come alone, you won't have to get this kind of accommodation that is too big where you're going to be paying too much every month, and you won't be able to save. No, because some people, if you're coming for masters, you're going to be paid 2,100 every month. They'll be paying you 2,100 every month. And then if you are removing your accommodation and everything, you may not have more than 500 remaining to save. Okay, so but there are some, like I said, there are some other things that you can do that can add to it that can also improve your savings. And one of the reasons it is important for me to post this video I said earlier is because some people are also trying to weigh their option, which is a very, very good thing. I'm a Christian, and there's somewhere in the Bible that says, "Is anyone among you that want to build a house that will not first sit down and count the cost?" Okay, so it is very, very important for you to count the cost of what you want to do, right? And it is very, very important for you to know what are the things that are what's it called, achievable, or what are the things that are that's this thing that I'm about to do, does it worth it? Okay, so it is very important for me to talk about this. You see, Brazil is referred to as a developing country, but even though it is known as a developing country, it is better than my country. I don't want to mention it. It's better than my country in all ramifications. Talking about job, talking about opportunities, talking about, even if you want to from here port, if you want to still come japa from here, let me say this one in pidgin because some of my friends will be Brazilian feel they hear this part too. Now yeah. So if you still want come japa from here, you can still from here still run am. It will be very easier. Okay. But Brazil is a developing country, but it is far better than my country. And I'm praying God bless my country, God bless Brazil, and the opportunities that you can also take advantage of, especially by the time you have learned the language. Everything in Brazil is kind of dependent on the language because, of course, imagine you are in Nigeria and you want to get a job. You are coming from Benin Republic, right? And the official language in Benin Republic is French. I want to get in, you want to live in Nigeria, you can find your way in Nigeria, but it will be very difficult for you to get some job until you are able to communicate, okay, until you are able to speak English or pidgin for some other jobs. Okay, so that's just how Brazil is. There will be need for you to be able to speak at least a pidgin Portuguese. Let me use the word pidgin Portuguese. That is a Portuguese that is not so clear, but at least they understand what you're trying to say. So it is very, very important. And let me use the opportunity to advise you to please enroll for that Portuguese class that they are sending you the link on the group. Please try as much as possible to enroll. This, one of the challenges I also faced, majority of the schools that you are going to, they will teach you Portuguese. But do you know the challenge? They will teach you Portuguese with Portuguese. That is the hardest part. I want to learn German, for instance. I don't know how to learn. I don't know how to speak German, and neither do I understand German. And I want to learn. And I got a very good teacher, and the teacher now is going to be teaching me German with German. It seems like a good approach, but it's going to be very, very tough for me because every instruction I will not be able to get it. Every of the instruction. So that's just the challenge because the school you are going to, they are still going to teach you, they are still going to enroll you for Portuguese, but they will be teaching you that Portuguese with Portuguese. So it is good for you to have like a basic class with someone that is going to teach you with your language. Like as I'm speaking English to you right now, you can hear me, you can understand what I'm saying. So if I'm teaching you Portuguese, you will understand it better compared to when a Brazilian teacher is teaching you and you don't and you don't understand. That's just it. That's about it. So that one you're going to pay is you're not paying to me, you're not paying to any of the people telling you to join because it's a class that was organized by certain people, and so you are just going to pay them. How much are you going to pay? Maybe 2.5. By the time you convert the money to naira, maybe 2.5. Even though if it is 3.5, even though if it is 5,000, it's worth more. The value you will get is worth more than that, honestly. So try as much as possible to learn Portuguese. Please let me quickly look at some of the questions you posted. Allow you said, but please kindly expatiate on this. If my wife have answered that, Ingosi, you said you've sent the email. Yes, I'm going to send you I'm going to respond. Then Abu, you said once I get the letter from the school with my dependent, what's next? I've told you what's next we should do. Then the Victoria Life. So overall, how much do you spend? I think I've also talked about that. Jane, you said you mentioned that someone helped you get accommodation, but it was kind of difficult getting it in your name. Now, I want to ask, is it possible to get a trusted person, send money, and the person gets? Yeah, so that's where, to be honest, it might be difficult because majority of us, we've all had one experience or the other that's kind of, impair our decisions. So, but the truth is that you will definitely get someone that is trustworthy. The first thing is that try as much as possible that this person is in your school. But if the person is not in your school, your conversation, your level of conversation, rapport with this person would let you know if he is a trusted person or not. Because if you are meeting someone for the first time and it's not in your school, you might not want to start pushing the conversation about accommodation to the person first. Okay, so try to observe, try to study the person, and try to allow God to lead you in your decision. But I believe I don't think nobody will be, wanting to scam you, doing that. As a matter of fact, the guy that helped me got the accommodation. Do you know what the guy did? He actually tried. I've never met him. He's a Nigerian. I just see this is one of the things that my school did. Immediately they sent me the acceptance letter. They also sent me the link of Estanjero Association of my school because your school is also going to have like a platform for foreign students alone. So on this foreign student, you're already meeting people in your school. It's different from this GCB. This GCB we are right now is for Nigerians that are GCB recipients. We also belongs to different other groups that belongs to people that are specific for our school. So once you get people that are specific for your school, it will be very, very easy. Okay, so that is that. So I don't think you should. They will be willing to do it in their name because anything can go wrong. If anything go wrong, you are the one. They are the one that will be bearing the brunt. So they might not want to do the registration for you in their name. Okay, so they might not want to. So just try to talk to them that they should help you to try to look for. They can start the conversation when you are about to, land. Maybe you are going to be traveling next week, so they may start looking for the accommodation. For example, if you are coming to Para right now, there are so many accommodations that I can start helping you to look for. That I can even secure for you without you paying any money. You won't have to pay any money until when you come. So it's very, very important that you try to get someone that is in the city that you are going to. Is very, very important. If anyone you were asking me that how much POF is needed, I've made a video about POF, but let me just quickly try to reiterate some of the things I mentioned in the video. You see, if you are coming under GCUB, remember that you are coming under scholarship. So you don't need any humongous amount on your in your account. All you need is just maybe just proof. If it is 1 million, it's okay. You are good to go. If it is 500,000, you are still good to go. If it is you alone, can you see me? Okay, I want you to drop a comment. Can you see me right now? Okay, so concerning the POF, just try the estimate. I'm giving you like because it might be difficult for me to draw like a raw estimate like that. So try to calculate like 400 for each person, multiply by 3 months. Okay, and that will be the amount in your account for if you are coming with the pen. But if it is only you are coming alone, if you have 500,000, 600,000, 1 million, you are good to go. The higher the POF is, the better. You already have a scholarship. You are the only one coming, and the scholarship that covers you. You just want to prove that you have some amount of money that can take care of you while you are waiting for your first scholarship. Okay, so having said that, but if you are coming with dependent, please try as much as possible to have. If you are okay, let me just say this: if you are coming with a family of three, try as much as possible to have like 10 million in your POF. You just want me to mention a particular figure that will scare you, right? So, and I'm trying as much as possible not to do that. Okay, but to be honest, to be in the middle, to be average, try to have like 10 million in your account. It will fly. Definitely, it will fly. It will definitely fly. Don't worry, it will fly. Let me go to the next question. Oh, so Ngozi, you said I should provide like an estimate of such POF, and that's what I've done now. So in Fenyiwa, you also mentioned that no egusi in para. God, I beg you. What of okra? We have okra very well. I know you love okra. Yeah, we have okra a lot, but we have different type of okra in Nigeria. Remember, we have different species. There's this one that is used to be very short, and there's this one that used to be very, very long. So we have that long one. In my city, we have abundant of it. Like there's a mall beside me here. If I enter to the mall anytime I buy this okra, we have it all the time, like round the clock. And we also have corn, agbado. So we have corn. So and the corn we have period for corn, but you always see corn in the supermarket. Always in all those corn that all those all those tush party in Nigeria when they are doing all those tush party, they serve jollof rice, you see chicken, you see turkey, they will not put one corn, half corn like this, they will not put it, that kind of corn, all those sweet corn. So we have it abundantly here too, and they are very cheap, very, very cheap. Fruits too, very cheap. Mango, very cheap. Plantain, everything is in my city. There are some cities, especially people in the south, they don't. People have been telling me that they don't really have plantain. Some of my friends that lives in the south, they tell me that they don't usually have plantain. But in my city, in Para, we have plantain very well. So T, you said, would there be a live session for applicants that will be applying next year? Yes, definitely. That will be every year. We'll be having this. We'll be having this every year. Just to guide people so that you can be able to, do everything on a budget, and you have to spend too much. I'll also be doing video on how to, because some of the mistakes that were made by some people that didn't allow them to get the scholarship. Some people see. I always reference the place of God. There is always place of God in application, even though if you have put everything in place there's always place for God, but it is important for you to do your best too, right? So I'll also be doing videos on some errors that you should try as much as possible to avoid if you want to apply for GCUB, right? Because I applied for GCUB and you got it is beyond your can be sometimes can be beyond your to do, but it is also important for you to do what is necessary. Okay, so Moriah Thompson, please, how can I have a one-on-one with you so I can take a decision? Oh, yeah. So, well, I believe I've been able to provide every necessary information that you need. So, sometimes one of the reasons that I try to I try to just give the information live. There is no, but if you know you want to also go deep, 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 remember you might want to book a session with me, which I usually don't like talking about because. But I also agree that when I give you my time, I'm providing value, right? Because I'm not going to sugarcoat, just like I'm doing here. I'm not going to sugarcoat. But so if you want to, you can also reach out to me via my email, right? We can talk about that. Hmm. Busayo, you are raising a very big question. That a video is coming on about schooling, enrolling kids for school. And it's one of the reasons why I said you should not come together with your family. Look, Brazil has windows for enrolling students all over Brazil, everywhere. I've asked people because I also have some students that are Brazilians right now here that I've asked them. I've gotten so many information from them that I can share with you. And let me just tell you this one for free. There's no need for you to book a consultation for this. Brazil has is a I mean, there's a period where enrolling kids into primary school, there's a period where when this is usually rolled out. I came unknown to me, I came with my family and my kids when this application has closed. Do you know what that means? That means there is no way I can enroll my kids in school and I have to be homeschooling them, right? And it's going to be eating into my time when I'm supposed to be facing something else. So Brazil usually have time when application for kids comes out. So if you're going to be coming next year, March, it is advisable that you come first before your kids. Application is usually December. Like I said, I did a video where I'm going to be which I have been very, very I like I am explicit over this topic, talking about the education quality. Should I do this? Should I not do that? You will see the video when I publish it. But what I'm just going to say about the education is that Brazil has a period. They have application window for kids. So if you are going to be coming in March, for example, and you're coming with your kids, you are either going to be enrolling your kids in private school where you have to be paying money. At first, when the pressure was becoming too much, myself and my wife, we have to agree to enroll the kids in school, in the private school. So we're paying the school. The school are very good. They will eat, they will bath for them, which is also what you're going to enjoy in private, public school. I beg your pardon. You're going to also enjoy all of this. They will eat in school. They will eat maybe twice. They will bath them during festive period like Christmas. They're also going to give them gifts. They will give them school bag free. They will give them uniform free. So all of that, I talked about them expressly on the video is coming. Guys, I want you to hit the like button. See, guys, to be honest with you, to be schooling in Brazil and be doing video is very tough. I know that I'm actually trying to, as much as I have you guys watching the video, I'm encouraged, and I'm also encouraged when you engage with the content. Okay, it's not that I'm getting any money from YouTube. This channel is not monetized. In case you don't know, this channel is not monetized, but I usually want you to engage with the video so that the algorithm can push it very well, and we can have a very good online notice, right? So is if you come to Brazil when it is not the application window for kids, you have to be homeschooling your kid. And imagine if you are alone, maybe your husband is not joining you yet. How do you manage that? Going to school, it will be very, very tough. It will be very, very tough. And you might not be able to save very well because even though if you're not homeschooling your kids, you want to take them to private school, you have to be paying the private school because, of course, and don't forget all these benefits are what you're also going to enjoy in the public school. Everything free. So, but like I said, there are some other things I don't want to talk in this live stream concerning the school. It is beyond the scope of this. Honestly, it's beyond the scope of this live stream because the scope of this live stream should just cover how you should get to Brazil on a budget and how you should be able to do that um, as fast as possible. You understand? So, but don't worry, I got you covered as regard this part, enrolling keys and all of that. So, Busayo, I can see your comments. Please, if you're just joining the live stream, I want you to drop a like button. I want you to hit the like button, and I want you to just signify where you are watching the video or the live stream from. Let me quickly answer what Merit Olujimi is asking. He said, when the school sends the letter with my dependent's name, is it okay for my dependent to apply for visa later and not apply when? No, 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 no. You know, I've said it. I think you are just joining. So I said, when once your school send the letter, apply together, please. If it will need for you to borrow money, try as much as possible, borrow the money, apply together, conjunto together, apply together, but don't come together. That's the advice I give. Okay, picking from my experience, apply for the visa together, but it's not advisable to come together. But if you have enough financial capacity, you can also come together. Okay, and it's very, very important. So, but try to apply, because if you apply for your own first, it will raise question. It will raise some question at the embassy, that why is this guy now applying when the principal, you are the principal, when you are now, when the dependent is now applying later on. So try to apply together. That would be very, very good. Okay. Then okay, so Chukwemeka Bella, thank you so much. You said you're doing a very great job. Thanks so much for your comments. And Busayo, you said, can my dependents use a sponsor when they are coming? I mean later. Yes. Don't forget I said you should try as much as possible to apply for both of you. So if you apply for both of you together, you can use the same sponsor letter. But in the case of, if you don't have enough funds right now, maybe for all of them to apply together, they can still apply later. But you know, this time it will be somehow, because what they need to apply, you have already used it. Okay, they also now want to use it again. So their chances will be very slim. The visa concept, they might decide, God forbid, they might decide to be saying something else. Okay, compared to when you are applying for all of you together, they will join you later. So try as much as possible. Let them join you, apply conjunto, apply together. That will be better. Okay, so from the question, Mary, about the, I can see that you, since you just joined not long, she said after authentication at Ministry of Education (MOE) and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, do we still have to do legalization at Brazilian embassy before applying for visa, or authentication at MOE, blah 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 blah? See, I understand what you are saying. Don't forget, I will say it over and over, that the essence of this live stream is for me to be able to advise you on how to move on a budget. And how you can do it is what we are talking about. So acceptance letter too, once you get your acceptance letter, they will copy the program coordinator of your department or of your program. Send a personal email to this. They will also specify that this is the program's coordinator. Send a personal email to the person that, look, my first degree was biochemistry. It was taught in English. Okay. Do I need to translate? Do I need to authenticate? Ask them the question. Because myself, I'm talking to you, you know, because it is something that I've enjoyed, and I also want you to enjoy it. There's no need for me to advise you to go and make unnecessary spending. I came here, I did not transcribe anything. I did not go to MOE. I did not go to MOFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I did not go there. The only thing I did was notarization. I did not notarize my first degree. I did not notarize my master's. I did not notarize my transcripts. I only notarized my wedding certificate and my authorization for my kids. Those were the forms I notarized. Okay, so ask your school friends. No, that's one of the reasons we're saying it on the group, that maybe we should wait for some people to get their acceptance letter. Be clear. Some schools, different school with different preferences. If your school say no, no, we will still want you to authorize or do this, you can now proceed and do that. Okay. Don't forget, if you read the guidelines of GCUB, they stated it there too that all these aspects is dependent on the school. They will tell you that notarization, if there is a need, is dependent on the school. They did not categorically say that you should do it. So it is dependent on the school score. So if the school say yes, we want you to do this, after you've told them that your this thing was taught in English, do I need to translate it? Do I need to legalize? Because once you translate, that we need for you to do all of these things. Okay, so once the school say that, then you can proceed, because the school want to be sure that their representative in Nigeria, Brazil representative in Nigeria, has actually certified that this particular certificate was obtained in Nigeria legally, and that is the essence of all of that. But if your school did not say anything, please try as much as possible to save that money for your spending or for your visa application, okay? Or maybe for your flights. Try as much as possible to save for that. Don't waste your money on unnecessary authorization, authentication, all of that. Wait first. Ask the school, should I do this? I mean, should I do this? If the school say don't do, come on, just proceed. There's If the school say don't do, Brazil consular office does not have anything. See, Brazil. Let me say this. Brazil consular office, they usually ask people that are coming, maybe all those PEC-G, that they are not sure if the document they are submitting are genuine. But don't forget, in this case, you have submitted your application to GCUB. GCUB has approved. They've assessed your application. They've noticed that, okay, this thing is good. Come. So they don't have the call. The Brazilian embassy. I'm not trying to downplay them. They still have a long decision to make. So I'm not trying to downplay their office, but I'm just trying to save you from unnecessary spending, right? Okay, so that's that about your question merit. If you still have another question, please don't hesitate to ask me. So Busayo, you also asked, can my parents use a sponsor when they are coming? Yes, they can. They can when they are coming, but like I said, try as much as possible to do the application together. Then Jane, you're asking me. Oh, sorry, merit. You said you skipped my question on authentication. Please, I just answer your question right now over the. Okay, Ngozi, you said, I know this may be outside the scope of our discourse, but can you just briefly talk about the experience, especially coming from a different educational background as an international student? Of course, I can talk. Let me talk about that before I go to Jane's last question. Yeah, to be honest with you, being a student for the first time in Brazil is tough. And at the same time, it is very sweet. Do you know what is called nostalgia? Nostalgia is when you have a mixed feeling, a feeling of something that is not so good and feeling of something good mixed together. So you will definitely have this nostalgic feeling when you come, especially if you don't speak Portuguese. That's just the essence. If you don't speak Portuguese, there's going to be this nostalgic feeling, and I wouldn't know. Maybe maybe this is what you're trying to ask is in terms of everything in general, because people you are seeing people, different people from different races, different culture, and all of that. There's so many. There will be many cultural shock that you're going to battle with, but in all, you will survive, because after you spend like 6 months, you're going to be getting yourself familiarized with the environment. Then, but the truth is that whichever way you are going, the only thing that makes Brazil to be different from Canada, I'm saying it again, the only thing that makes Brazil to be different from Canada is just that in Canada, it is either they are speaking the language you kind of understand. Okay, so any other thing, there's a statistics that I got some information from. Some aspect of Brazil economy is far better than Canada when it comes to economy, and people are able to get job easily in Canada because of language. Okay, for example, try and search Google. What is the rate of one Brazilian, I mean one Canadian dollar to Brazil reais. Just try and check it yourself. So the economy is almost the same. If not, Brazil is better than Canada, even in economy. Yes. The only thing is just the language. You'll be able to get job easily because they speak your language, and you'll be able to communicate with people easily over there. Okay, so that's what I can just say a little bit about the education. So as international students, okay, before I proceed, they are also friendly. They are very receptive. They are going to receive you, give you a warm welcome, and they are always willing to assist. They are always willing to go extra mile to help you do your documentation and all of that. And Brazil is a very good place, honestly, to be honest. So the next question now, wow, now God lead me to choose Para. Okay, so if anyone is actually coming to Para, okay, okay. I kind of don't understand your question. If anyone, you say we who, okay, we who survive, and you mention is I can plant. Brazil is here, we learn. Oh God, forget. Okay, I think you're just making a comment. Okay, so Abu, you say all should try and join the language learning starting next week. Yeah, yeah, it will be very, very good. You will appreciate it. You will appreciate it. Does food bank exist again? There's something called food bank. Food bank, like a basket that they give to people, and it exists. But for you to enjoy it, you must register under something they call CRAS. CRAS is like a social security platform. It stands for people that are that are in Brazil that are any below, I think that I earning below 3,000 reais or 2,000 reais. I can't really remember because I don't get the food whatever. The reason I don't collect it is because I'm still trying to do adequate research about it. I have I have divided opinion from people about it. People told me that because for you to get a food basket, you must register at CRAS. And if you are registering at CRAS, you are declaring yourself like you need social security, something like that, like all these familiar bosa. Somebody told me that it's not really cool, especially if I know. So I really I have some kind of divided opinion about it. So that's why I've not really been able to. So I don't get food basket, but we have people that get it. So it exists. What you really want to know if it exists? Yes, it does exist. Beside the general or the government food bank, you also even see people that will give you food bank, especially during this Christmas. If you have friends, like we have so many NGOs that may be giving out food. Last year, there is a particular NGO that came to our school, and this one was for international students, and they were giving out food basket to people, and you know I'm part of the foreign student executive in my school. So I was part of the people that coordinated it. So I know about it. So it's an NGO, it has nothing to do with government, and they gave out food. And sometimes the national or international immigration, something, I forgot the name right now. They also do something similar like this. But I've never been a beneficiary of this. Okay, so let's go to Tolu Anime. Tolu Anime, kudos to you. Why filling the application for GCUB? Can one use a professional CV or an academic CV? Yeah, I think it's good for you to use academic CV, but you can also use a professional CV. But your academic CV is because what you're applying for is actually academic. But it's important for you to state, even though it's an academic CV, it is important for you to as well state your work experience, right? So I will suggest academic CV. No, no, no. So, Abu, let's the question comes, okay, so that we can also get information. This is the first time I'm doing a live session. I've never done it before, and I want you to kindly forgive me for any inadequacy and some of the technical glitch that you might be experiencing. All of that. I actually, like I said, I wanted to use an I wanted to use a different encoder. That is, I will be transmitting from a different platform to YouTube. So, but I had some difficulty in setting it up. So, Busayo, thank you so. So, Toluwa Nimi favor, yes, there's a template for Brazil. There's a CV template, but they are not big. I mean, they are not. They did not specify for GCUB. Okay, there's a template. It is called Latte CV. Latte CV. It is online. I've made a video about it. On how you can register for your Latte CV as well. But they did not specify if you are applying for GCUB, for example, they did not specify for Latte CV. But if you want to apply for like sending code email, most of those, or the application, like all those Santa Maria or other schools that you want to apply for to, like this, that is not under GCB, like this call, there may be need for you to have your latest CV. They will assess it. But if you don't have your latest CV as well, you can also put your, like, you can, there's a way you can convert your CV to a link. There's something called Publu. Publu is an online, like it can convert any document to link. Like if you want to send me a document right now on this live stream, there's no way you can upload the document, but you convert that document to a link, then you send it to this live chat. So once I click that link, it will open the document. So you can, you can make use of this. So, but basically, there is a Brazilian CV format. It is called Lattice CV. I heard a question from Omotola. Okay. But I heard not everyone can get it, like some students don't. Okay, Yadun Omotola, are you referring to the CV? Are you referring to the CV? I'm not sure I think um, I really don't understand your question. Okay. Nonetheless, if you have other questions, please drop it. I would like us to end this live stream by 5 o'clock Brazilian time. That will be like 9 p.m. in Nigeria. So I don't have to waste your time. I believe you have some other things to do. Prepare for church, prepare for mosque, prepare for any other events you might be having tomorrow. So we can end the live stream by 5 o'clock. So you can drop your question if there's any other thing you still want to ask. And if you're on this call, you are yet to join the GCUB WhatsApp group, send me an email and include your phone number. Like if you're a recipient, include your phone number so that I can um, add you. So Busayo, you said which month do registration for kids start? Yeah, it starts in December. I've said it starts in December. It usually starts in December. In fact, no, it starts November, December. Because right now the school where my kids attend, they've not, they will do it in December, November, December, let's just say December. But once your kids enroll again every November, they will ask you, do you still want your kids to continue in the school, so that we can include his or her name in the names of students that we already have. Okay, so every December they will do another rolling so that they can take more students. And you might want to take your students, I mean your kid, from that school to another one. You also have opportunity to do that. Okay, so hello, Doc. Chinonso, you say, as a single mom who wants to travel with an 8-year-old daughter, I have 4 million in my Naira account and I have 1,500 in my dollar. So what are you talking about? That's okay. That's good. That's good. That's okay for you. You don't have to worry about, because that 4 million, see, take 1 million from that 4 million. Let's say you are using 1 million for yourself, then for your 8 months, for your 8-year-old daughter, we use the remaining 3 million, because you already have a scholarship. So it's good. Even though you are not adding the 1,500 in your dollar account, the 4 million will fly. Yes. So secondly, can a friend be my sponsor just in case Yes, your friend can be your sponsor. But if your friend is going to be your sponsor, don't forget there's a letter that your friend will write. I have a format of that letter in the video I titled POF on this channel. You can check for that video. So your friend can be your sponsor, but you will have to write a letter to that effect. Okay, yeah. And in addition to the letter, the friend will also need to give you the hard copy of his account statement for the past 3 months. Try as much as possible not to try and rush money into your account if you're going to be doing POF, within 1 month. Let it be gradual. Okay. So thank you so much, Abu, for your comments. Thank you for the time too and for the love. Uh, Thompson, my email, so you can get my email from the channel description box. Just click that place, you see my email there. So, sir, change of course for GCUB, can you please expatiate a little? Like if you want to change course. So when you talk about changing of course, do you mean that, for example, you want to move from biochemistry to English? No, no, these two courses does not align. Take for instance, you want to move from biochemistry, maybe a master's in biochemistry to a master's in genetics, right? This one, it's uh, I'm not sure it's possible. It's not possible, but it's not possible to be honest. But I think it is possible for you to even change. Somebody told me, but I've not been able that you can change your school. Like you're changing your school, you're changing if they post you to south and there's too much of code there, for example, and you want to move to the north because here in the north we have a very good weather, like almost perfect. And you want to move to the north, somebody said you can approach the school, but I've not been able to try it before, so I don't know how possible it is. Okay, but someone told me that since it is the government that pays the money, that you can decide to move to anywhere you want. It could be possible, but I really don't have more information about that. Okay, Shizomo Lungu, you are welcome. You just joined. So this video will also be on the channel. You can, if there's anything you're not getting yet, maybe later on you can also watch. So later on, this is 4:48, and by 5 o'clock, don't forget we're going to be ending the live stream. If you have been on this stream since it started, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for coming. And if you are just joining, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to just make a comment, ask your question before it is 5, so I'll be able to share my opinion about it. So there's a question coming from Shizomo. He said, please, on the scholarship acceptance contract, they are requesting like where they are requesting. Okay, he's trying to ask for that opening. So I want you to just fill March 2025. Okay, so just use March. They're asking for maybe when your course is going to commence. It's supposed to be on the link in one particular PDF document that you will see that was attached to the application. But if you're unable to see it, just use March 2025, okay, or you can, it is either March 2025 or August 2025. It cannot exceed these two dates. So March first semester, September or August second semester. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Fombino, thank you so much. So Tolu Anime said, do you have an idea when the supplementary list for GCUB will be out? So the supplementary list will, I don't have the exact time when it will be out, but I believe it is going to be after everyone have sent their acceptance letter, and the date, the ultimatum they gave to those people is December 6th. So let's start expecting anything from after December 6th. That's when the ultimatum, that's when the substitute list will come out. Last year there was substitute list, and this year definitely they said it that although they use the verb, they use may, but I believe they will definitely want to release substitute lists, okay? Because not everybody will come, not everybody will accept it. Like I said in the video, some people have gotten the other opportunities. Some people have traveled to other country and they can't come back to Brazil. Okay, so definitely there will be supplementary list. So, guys, thank you so much. If you are still on the call, I want you to drop a like button. I want you to drop a like button. Very soon, we're going to be ending the live. We have like 9 minutes more, right? We have like 9 minutes more, and I'm appreciating you for your time. Please, if you are still on the call, I want you to drop a like button. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, if there's any question, you can still drop. And even after the live session, if there's any question you still want to ask, you can send me an email. I will try as much as possible to respond to your email. And if you want to book a one-on-one session with me, of course, you can also do that via email, where I'm going to also do like a live session with you like this, or I can have like WhatsApp live video call with you. And if you are still weighing your option, if you still want to know, should I come or should I not, I'm still also going to explain everything to you perfectly. Okay, so Jane, you said, can you talk more on health and how to access health? Health care in Brazil is free. There's something called SUS, SUS. That's the platform, that's the health platform in Brazil. I know, Jane, you still want to give birth to your third child. So your baby is going to be a Brazilian. Congratulations. So accessing healthcare is free. You give birth free, anything free. But if you want to buy antibiotics, it is not. You must get a what's it called? Recommendation. You must get a reference letter. What's that name? From doctor. Okay. But healthcare in Brazil is totally free. Anything you want to do is free. Surgery free. Treatment for, God forbid, treatment for cancer is free. Go to US, go to Canada, you will know how much you are paying for all this kind of treatment. A seemingly little surgery that you will do in US. It is either you have a personal insurance, which your company or you that are paying every month is going to cater for. That they will be the one that we what's it called? They will be the one that will help you take care of the medical bill. But in Brazil, everything is free. Everything. Yes. So everything is free when it comes to healthcare. Surgery, no surgery, giving birth free, giving birth naturally, giving birth with cesarean section, doing any surgery in your eye, doing going to the doctor to see, going to see if you use glasses, changing of your glasses, everything is free. If you want to go to dentist, it's free. You might be on a queue maybe for 1 week or so, but it is free. Everything is free. Okay, so the government cares for all of that. So yes, Bella, the video will be posted. It will be posted. Yeah, it will be posted after the live. You can, once you come to this channel, click the live section. You'll see video. Click the live section. Then you will see this video right there. Okay. So I think we are rounding up right now. We'll be doing some votes of thanks, and of course, I do not take for granted all the time we've spent together on this call. See, I want to say thank you so much. Ngozi, thank you so much for coming for this live session. Ibrahim, if you are still on this call, thank you so much. And even though you are not there, thank you so much. Busayo, big shout out to you, Busayo. Ifeanyiwa Jane, big shout out to you, Jane. Who would have thought, Jane, you were almost giving up, thinking you were not going to get this GCUB. You didn't know that God was actually working it out for you. Big congratulations to you, Jane. You got it. Tina Friday, big congratulations. Thank you so much for joining the call. Olishola Adegoke, thank you so much for joining the call. Victorious Life, thank you so much for joining the call. Ngozi, thank you so much. Busara, thank you. Alao Adeoye, Oyebisi, my brother, thank you so much for joining the call. And From Billion, thank you so much for joining the call. I really appreciate your time. Adare, thank you so much for joining the call. If there's any other person on this call, and maybe because I'm able to see call names because from the comment section, if there's anybody that is on this call that I didn't mention your name, I really want to appreciate you. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Merit, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the questions. I hope I was able to provide adequate answers to your questions. Chukwumela Bella, thank you so much. Thank you for coming to the call as well. Then I have Utoluwanime Ladokun. Tuluwani, don't worry, everything's going to be okay, right? So thank you so much for joining the call. I don't want us to give up, right? Let's keep trying. Let's keep trying. Okay. T, thank you so much. Yaduni Omotola, thank you so much. Chinoso Okereke, Dalun, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the call and thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Morolayo Thompson, thank you so much. I hope I was able to provide adequate response to your question. Okay, so if you really want to have another one-on-one call, of course, I told you send an email and let's see how we can pick it up from there. Then Chizomolungu, I beg your pardon if I didn't pronounce the name very well, but I really want to appreciate you for coming to the call. Okay, I really want to appreciate you for joining the call rather. From Bilon, thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you everyone. I'm going to be signing out shortly. We have like 2 minutes more. So, if anyone, you are still asking that if you don't have up to 10 million required for POF for the three of you, can someone, yeah, I've said it over and over, someone can stand for you and the person should just give you, the person should be able to give you like his statement of account and there is a letter that the person is going to write and sign. And I'm going to be sharing the format of this letter on the group as well very soon. Okay. So Shinonzo Okereke, thank you as well. Thank you, sir. Please, one more question. When will I inform the school about my daughter? You will inform the school immediately you get your acceptance letter. Your acceptance letter is going to be sent to you, especially if you have signed and sent back the contract. You should be receiving your acceptance letter starting from this week. Some people have been receiving theirs. So some schools, like my schools now, I'm very sure they'll be preparing it. In fact, if you're having a delay, if you are coming to UFPA and you don't have a problem, just get in touch with me because I walk into the office straight where they are typing the letter like this. So I walk into the office, I have a conversation with the director. This is my sister is having problem. What's happening? So you don't have a problem. I'm not making mouth. I'm trying to be, it's humorous, but I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, so you don't have any problem. So Busayo is asking who is going to Goiano. Okay. So the group is only for GCUB beneficiaries. Okay, but there's another group I can add you to where you can be getting information about Brazil. Right? You can ask me. You can send me email. I also have another group where I can add you to where you can be getting scholarship opportunities in Brazil. Okay, so you can send me email and I will include your phone number so that I will add you to the group. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for the time. And if there's any other question you still want to ask, you can still drop a comment on this video even when it is posted online. When it is published, I will respond and we can also pick it up from the group too. So thank you. Yeah, Jane, you can start putting money in that account now. Yes. Don't wait till the last month and go and don't do a lump sum. There's something they call lump sum deposits. Don't do lump sum. Lump sum is that if the total amount of the POF is 10M and you're dropping the 10M at once, no. They will suspect you at the embassy. So don't do that, okay? So be doing it gradually. It can be, let that be activity. The money can be there, take it back, let the account be busy. So that's the idea. Yeah, Ngozi, Okay. Yeah, yeah. Jealous of those people going to Para. Yeah. So in Para, too, we're also building community of Nigerians right now. People coming to Para, honestly, you're going to enjoy your stay. Starting everything, you're going to enjoy. No, no problem. Oberlandia. So from the group, we can be getting people that are going to other, other states in Brazil. Yes, Shizomo, you can enroll your wife too once you come to Brazil. If you are coming together, she can eventually enroll. Okay, so there's no problem about that. Schooling is free. There's no need to pay money. Only there's no need to pay money actually. So guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Wherever you are in your application, I'm praying that God will grant you Godspeed. There will be no delay. Everything that you need. If there's no money for you right now, God will make provisions supernaturally, and we'll be welcoming you to Brazil very soon. Thank you, and I'm signing out. Ciao, ciao.